Hello friends, good evening. Welcome to NEET World. This is your Abhilash Sir, Mathematics faculty for JEE EAPCET and also Foundation. Okay, so this is a questionnaire session where we have started solving for TG EAPCET 2025 questions. Okay, so we have started with TG EAPCET questions. Later we will be solving AP EAPCET and then we will go for JEE Mains PYQs, that is previous year questions at least for last 5 years. That is for JEE Mains. Now we are focusing on EAPCET questions. Now we have to solve from this question. In the previous class we had solved up till 36 question number 36. Now we have to start from question number 37. So let us directly start this. But before that, I'd like to give you one very important information that we have also always repeatedly told you, other faculties also. That is, what is that? That is, from 1st July long term batch for JEE is starting, and same way it is starting for NEET also. That is when? That is 1st July 2025. Long term batch for NEET and also JEE. Alright. Now let us start with this question. So they are telling, what is this question? Is all about, see here, they are telling if 3 dice are thrown at a time. Okay, dice, that is nothing but you must be already knowing each dice has how much numbers, that is you must have played snakes and ladders. What is that you use? That is nothing but dice. There will be numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 3 dice are thrown at a time. That is, thrown at a time means simultaneously. Then the probability of getting the sum of the numbers on them as a prime number. Sum of the numbers on them as a prime numbers is, okay, these are the options. Okay, correct answer is given. That is not a problem for us, but we have to know the approach to this question and also solution. So first of all, this probability means, first of all you should know the sample space. So 3 dice means what? It happens 6 plus 6 plus 6. Okay, what are the possibilities? Each dice has 6 possibilities. So 6 plus 6 plus 6, that is nothing but equal to what? That is nothing but equal to 6 plus 6 plus 6. Actually it is not 6 plus, actually it should become what? Just a minute. So one dice has, okay, dice, another second dice, third dice. So this dice has how many possibilities? 6 possibilities. This dice has 6 possibilities. This dice has 6 possibilities. So 6 into 6 into 6, this become 216. 216. This is the sample space for this question. This is the sample space for this question. Now what they are asking? They are asking the sum of the numbers. Sum of the numbers should come as prime number. So suppose a die is thrown. Here I am getting 1. Here I am getting another 1. If I am getting another 1, this sum is nothing but what? 1 plus 1 plus 1. This is 3. So this is nothing but what? Prime number. So for this, first of all we have to know, if you add the 3 numbers of 3 dice, what we are getting? What is the smallest sum? What is the largest sum? Between them lies a prime numbers. So first of all, smallest sum can be what? Smallest sum will be equal to what? Smallest sum will be equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1. That is what I have written. That will be 3. Largest sum. See here, largest sum. So largest sum will be equal to what? 6 plus 6 plus 6. All the 3 dice getting 6, 6, 6. So this will be equal to what? 18. So between 3 and 8, there lies so many prime numbers. What are those prime numbers? We have to see. So starting from 3 and ending with 18. Okay, between 3 and 8, what are the prime numbers? We have to see. So what are the prime numbers we can get? So we have to check for prime numbers. So one is directly 3 itself we can get. Next we can get, what is the prime number? We can get 5. Okay, next we can get 7. Then 9, is it a prime number? 9 is not a prime number. 11 is the prime number. Next 13 is a prime number. Next 17 is the prime number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 prime numbers between 3 and 18. Okay, including 3. Then 18, can we consider? 18 is not a prime number at all. Now 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 and 17. Okay, these are the numbers we have. Now what I can write? 3 I'll write here, then 5, then what I should write? Then 7, then 11, then what I should write? Then 13, then I have 17. Now to get 3 as the sum, these are all what? Sum. That to get 3 as the sum, what are the possibilities that can be there? 1, 1, 1. So this is how many ways? This is one way. This is one way I can do, one way. Okay, this is only one way. Okay, what about 5? What about 5? 5 can be written in how many ways? So 5 can be written is here. 5 can be written in how many ways? I can write it as 1, 1, 3. Okay, 1, 1, 3. This is one way. Okay, so this 1, 1, 3 itself I can write it in how many ways? This 1, 1, 3 I can write it as 1, 3, 1. Okay, next is what? 3, 1, 1. Okay, alright. Now if I write this one 1, 2, 2. This also becomes 5. Okay, next I can write it as what? 2, 1, 2. Okay, then I can write it as what? 2, 2, 1. So total how many ways? Okay, is there any other way? These are the only ways. So this is what I'll get it as 6 ways. I'll get it as what? 6 ways. Similarly, 7. For example, 7. Okay, 7 can be written as what? 1. Okay, 1, 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. This can be written in 6 ways. Okay, this can be written in 6 ways. Similarly, if I write in terms of 1, 3, 4, I got it. This can be written in 6 ways. See, two same numbers come means it is 3 ways. Okay, all the different numbers are coming means it is 6 ways. Now, what I can talk about another number that will give me sum as 7. That is nothing but what? I can write it as 2, 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 2. This will be what? 3 ways. This will be what? 3 ways. Okay. Next, what is the number that I can write? What is the number that I can write? What is the number that I can write which will give me 7? I can write it as 3, 3, 1. 3, 3, 1 gives me 7. This is another 3 ways. This is another 3 ways. Okay. This is another 3 ways. So, what about other number that I can get? I can write it as what? I can write it as 4, 1, 2. I can write it as 4, 1, 2. This will become another 6 way. This will become what? 4, 1, 2. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. So, this will become another 3 ways. This will become another 3 ways. So, total is how much? This will become how many ways? So, total is, this will become 15 ways. This will become how many ways? 15 ways. So, similarly, 11 I can write in 27 ways. 13 I can write in 21 ways. This 17 I can write in only one way. 17 can be written in only one way. That is what? I can write it as 6 plus 5 plus 6. 6 plus 5 plus 6, that is the only way I can write. This is one way. Okay, this is one way. Got it? This is one way, or I can write this is actually 3 ways. This is 3 ways. Okay, because I can write this alternatively. So this will become 3 way. So totally how many ways we got? This is 1. Okay, this is 1, and this is how much? This is 6 way. This is 1 way. Okay, I am not talking about roadways, 1 way, 2 way, not like that. I am talking about number of ways you can arrange this number. So this is 1 way, 6 way, this is 15 ways, this is 27 ways, this is 21 ways, this is 3 ways. So total is how much? So total will become what? I have to add 1 plus what it is? 1 plus 6 plus 15 plus what is it? 27 plus 21 plus 3 ways. This gives me what? 7 plus 15, 15 plus 27 is 42, 42, 49, okay, 70, 73. So I am getting favorable outcome is what? 73. So probability of getting prime number is nothing but 73 by 216. 73 by 216, which is nothing but option 2, that is given as right answer. Second option is the right answer, friends. Second option is the right answer. This is how you have to solve this question. Clear? This is how you have to solve this question. I hope it is clear. This is a question based on probability. Most important thing is you have to understand how to get the prime numbers. For that, first thing you have to do is you have to look at the smallest sum and then look at the largest sum. Between them or including them, what is the prime number that we are getting? So here we are getting as what? Prime numbers as 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 and 17. Okay, 18 is not a prime number, friends. Alright, let us move to the next question now. Let us move to the next question. If you want the solution, you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, let us move to the next question. So, very important question. See here. So, see here, they have given what is the question that they are telling. This is also a question based on probability. What they are telling is, they are telling 3 companies C1, C2, C3 produce car tires. Okay, they are producing car tires. A car manufacturing company, okay, a car manufacturing company, 40% of its requirement for C1, 35% of requirement is C2, 25% of requirement from C3. Okay, it takes. The company knows that 2% of the tires supplied by C1, 3% by C2, 4% by C3 are defective. If a tire chosen at random from the consignment received is found defective, then the probability that it was supplied by C2, of the defective, that how many are supplied by C2? Okay, that the probability that it is supplied by C2 is they are asking. Probability that the defective is supplied by C2 is there, is the thing that they are asking. So first of all, for this, let us write the events. First of all, we have to write the events. So what is the event? Event of getting from E1 is what? Event of getting from E1 is nothing but 0.40, that is 40%. That is event 1 is getting from C1. Okay, event 2 is getting from C2. Getting from C2 is what? C2 is 35% means 0.35. Okay, getting from E3 is, event 3 is getting from C3. Getting from C3 is what? Getting from C3 is, what is the percent? 0.25. Similarly, if I write defective, company known as defective is supplied by C1. So defective supplied by C1, that is nothing but what I should write? supplied by C1. Supplied by C1 is what I should write? What I should write for C1? C1 is nothing but E by C1. That is nothing but what? E1 by C1. The company knows that 2% of the tires supplied by C1 are defective. So defective, what I should write it? So let A denote the defective. Let A denote the defective. So let event A denote the defective. Let event A denote the defective. Now event A is denoting the defective. So A by E1. So that is getting from company C1. What is the defective that we will get? P of A by E1. Okay, P of A by E1 is what? P of A by E1 is 2%, that is 0.02%. Okay, P of defective by E2, that is nothing but getting from what is that? C2 company, that is nothing but what? 3%, that is 0.03. Next, what is it? It is getting defective by C3, that is A by E3, that is what? That is what? 4%, that I can write it as 0.04. Okay, this is what I got for P of A by E1, P of A by E2, P of A by E3. Now I want total probability, that I want P of A. P of A is nothing but what? I have to use total probability. This is what? Total probability. Okay, this is what? Total probability. P of defective. All the defective I want. So total probability, that is P of A. What is the formula that we have? P of A can be written as equal to P of A by E1 into P of E1. Okay, P of A by E2 into P of E2. P of A by E2 into P of E2 plus P of A by E3 into P of E3. P of E3. This is what we get. Now if I add all this, P of A by E1 is what? 0.02. 0.02. P of E1 is what? P of E1 is 0.40 plus P of A by E2 is what? 0.03. 0.03 into E2 is what? 0.35 plus P of A by E3 is what? 0.04. Just put the values. Very simple question. First of all, you have to write down the events correctly. Understand the question correctly, write down the events, then know the total probability. So this is 0.04 into, actually this question can be solved even using shortcut method, but I am telling you solution in a detailed way so that you understand the concept also. So directly I could have written what is total probability, then I could have used Bayes theorem. Okay, Bayes theorem you must be knowing. So this will become 0.04 into what is it? Into 0.25. Into 0.25. Now on calculating this, what I'll get is, this will be something like 285 something I'll get it. Okay, this I'll get it as 285. Okay, not 285. Yeah, I'll get it as 285. This answer will be equal to 285. 285. Okay, without decimal I am telling. This will be equal to 285. Now what I have to use is I have to find P of E2 by A1, that is defective supplied by A. Defective supplied by, what is it? Defective supplied by C2. This should be actually defective supplied by E2, that is E2 is nothing but what? Defective supplied by C2. So P of E2 supplied by A, that is nothing but equal to what? That is nothing but equal to P of A by E2 into P of E2. Okay, P of A by E2 into P of E2. P of A by E2 is what? P of A by E2 is nothing but equal to 0.03. P of E2 is nothing but what? P of E2 is nothing but equal to 0.35. Okay, on calculating this I'll get it as equal to 35 into 3, I'll get it as actually 105. Now what is the probability that they are asking? P of A by E2. This is nothing but what? This is based on Bayes theorem. This is nothing but based on Bayes theorem. Okay, this is nothing but based on Bayes theorem. Now what they are asking is, they are asking probability that found defective that it was supplied by C2. That is what they are asking is P of E2 by A, P of E2 by A divided by P of A, total probability of total, out of total defective, how many are supplied? So many defective. Okay, C1, C2, C3 all are supplied defective. Out of the total defectives, how many are supplied by C2? How many are supplied by C2? That is 105 by 285. So further simplifying by 5, this will be 5 2s are 5 21s are. Okay, 5 5s are 5 7s are. Okay, so this will become what? 3 7s are. Okay, this will be 3 19s are. So this will be equal to what? 7 by 19. That is option 1 is the right answer, friends. That is option 1 is the right answer to this question. I hope it is clear to all of you. So here we use total probability, that is one important concept we use, and then what we use, that is Bayes theorem. This is how you have to solve this question. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. Let us move to the next question, friends. Okay, if you want you can take the screenshot. Let us move to the next question. Here the most important thing is writing the events. Writing the events is the most important thing, and most importantly understanding the question what they have asked. Let us move to the next question. Okay, all right. So this is based on statistics, that is random variables and probability distribution, that comes under statistics only. So this question is based on that. So they are asking the probability distribution of random variable x is given below, then the standard deviation of x, then they are asking standard deviation of x. So for this, first of all you have to understand that, okay, this total probability will be equal to 1. So what will happen to this 3k plus k plus k plus 2k plus k will be equal to 1. So what happens to this? This will become what? 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7 plus 1 is 8k. 8k will be equal to 1. Okay, 8k will be equal to 1. This implies k will be equal to 1 by 8. Now we have to find mean of x. First of all we have to find mean of x. Mean of x will be equal to what? Mean of x will be equal to, as you can see, mean of x will be equal to what? Mean of x means it is nothing but we have to find E of x. Mean of x will be equal to, it is nothing but equal to summation of x into p. Summation of x into p. Summation of x into p means it is nothing but this into this plus this into this plus this into this plus this into this plus this into this. Okay, we have to do that. Now what I can do is, here I can write it as 2 into 3k, alright, 2 into 3k plus what is it, 3 into k plus 5 into k plus what it is, 7 into 2k plus 12 into k. Alright, now what I will get, E of x, what I will get it, E of x I will get it as 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 3 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 7 2s are 14, 14 plus 14 is 28, 28 plus 12 is 40, I will get it as 40k. Okay, but k is equal to what? 1 by 8, I will get it as what? 40 into 1 by 8, that is nothing but what? 8 1s are 8 5s are, so that is nothing but equal to 5. So E of x is what, friends? E of x is equal to 5. This is what we got. Now I got mean of x. Now if I want the square of this value, okay, so distribution of x square, that I want E of x square. If I want E of x square, what I have to do is summation of x square into p. Summation of x square into p. It is not summation of x into p whole square. It is x square into p. What I have to do is I have to square this, square this, square this, square this. Okay. After squaring, multiply this, squaring, multiply this, multiply this, multiply this, and all of this you have to add. Okay. And all of this you have to add. So E of x square p into p. So this becomes what? I'll write it here. E of x square. Let me write it here. So squaring this, 2 square is 4. So 4 into 3k plus what is it? 3 square is 9. 9 into k plus 5 square is 25. 25 into k. Alright. Now 7 square is 49. 14 into 2 is 98. 98k plus 12 square. 12 square is 144. 144k. 144k. Got it. Now what I'll get here? This will be what? 4 3s are 12. 4 3s are 12. 9. 25. Okay. 98 plus 144. So what is this? 12 plus 9 is what? 12 plus 9 is actually it is 21. 21 plus 25 is 46. 46 plus 98. 46 plus 98 is 144. 144 plus 144 is 288. 288k. This is what I get. So this will be equal to what? 288 into k is what? 1 by 8. Correct? No? K is what? 1 by 8. So this can I do it by 8? 8 1s are 8. 8 3s are 24. 48. So 8 6s are 48. So I got what? E of x square. E of x square I got it as 36. E of x square I got it as 36. Now I want variance. If I have to find variance, okay, variance we have the formula. Variance is equal to, I can write it as E of x square, okay, E of x square minus E of x mod of E of x whole square, okay, mod of E of x whole square. So that will become what, friends? That will become equal to 36 minus E of x whole square is nothing but 5 square. Okay, so that will become what? 36 minus 25. That will be equal to what? 11. So variance we got it as equal to 11. So they are asking what? They are asking probability distribution. Then they are asking standard deviation, that I can write as SD. SD is equal to square root of V. SD is equal to square root of V. So SD is equal to square root of V means V is nothing but what? 11. So the answer is square root of 11, which is option 3. Option 3 is the right answer. I may be taking time to explain each of this question, but it is highly important to know this concept. Here you have learned how to find mean, here you have learned how to find E of x square, and also you learned how to find variance and also standard deviation. These are the steps you have to follow, but most important thing is you have to square and multiply and then add. Okay, and here you will find in the first step itself this total probability will be equal to 1. So using that you will be able to find what is the value of k. So in the first step itself it is highly important that you find out the value of k. Without finding the value of k you cannot proceed with this question, it will become difficult to solve. So please find the value of k. So this is how you solve this question. I hope you have understood. Let us move to the next question. I will wind up now. Let us move to the next question. This is also based on mean and variance of binomial distribution. This is binomial distribution they are asking. Okay, binomial distribution are 4 by 3 and 10 by 9. Okay, mean and variance of binomial distribution are 4 by 3 and 10 by 9 respectively. Then they are asking p of x greater than or equal to 6. P of x greater than or equal to 6. So how to solve such questions? See here, this you would have done in your boards also. You would have done in your boards also. Here mean means what? Mean means it is nothing but NP. Variance means what? N into NP into P minus 1. Okay, NP into P minus 1 or 1 minus P. NP into P minus 1 I think. Okay, P minus 1. Okay, so this becomes what? NP means NP is equal to what? 4 by 3. NP is equal to 4 by 3. So this if I put it here, this becomes what? 4 by 3 into P minus 1 is equal to 10 by 9. Okay, so this becomes what? 3 ones are 3 threes are. So P minus 1 is equal to what? 10 by 3 into 4. Okay, this becomes what? 10 by 12. Okay, this becomes what? 10 by 12. So actually this should be let me correct it. NP into this should be NP into 1 minus P. So this will be 4 by 3 into 1 minus P. This will be 4 by 3. This will be 1 minus P is equal to 10 by 3 into 4, that is 2 5s are 2 6s are. So 1 minus 5 by 6 is equal to P. So P will be equal to what, friends? P will be equal to 1 by 6. P will be equal to 1 by 6. This value we will get. P will be equal to what? P will be equal to 1 by 6. Now if I put P is equal to 1 by 6, what I will get? I will get the value of n. Obviously I will get the value of n. So if I put P is equal to 1 by 6 here, this will become what? N in NP is equal to 4 by 3, right? N into P is what? 1 by 6 is equal to 4 by 3. Okay, this is what? This will be 3 1s are 3 2s are. So n will be equal to what? N will be equal to 4 into 2, that is 8. We got n is equal to 8. So P of x greater than or equal to 6 means we have to find 6, 7, 8. P of x greater than or equal to 6. So we have the formula. That what is the formula that we have? P of x greater than or equal to n. P of x greater than or equal to n. For this we have a formula that is nk. Okay, nk, and also what we have here? Nk, and what we have here? It is nothing but equal to p to the power of n minus k into what is that we have? P to the power of n minus k into what is that we have? 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus p to the power of k. This is something, this is the formula that we have. So by applying this formula, what we will get is for p of x greater than or equal to p of x greater than or equal to 6. Okay, p of x greater than or equal to 7. You can check this formula once again. Again, I have used the shortcut method to solve this. So p of x greater than or equal to 8. Okay, this you will get it as what? This you will get it as what? 700 by 6 to the power of 8. 700 by 6 to the power of 8. This is what you will get it. 700 by 6 to the power of 8. Okay, 700 by 6 to the power of 8. P of x is equal to k. Okay, P of 700 by 6 to the power of 8. Okay, k to the power of n, something like this you will get it. Okay, something like this, 6 to the power of 8. This you will get it as what? 40 by 6 to the power of 8 on solving. Okay, this you know how to apply. This you have done for your boards also. I am not solving this. This will become what? 1 by 6 to the power of 8. So P of x greater than or equal to 6. This will be P of x equal to 6. P of x equal to 7. This is equal to 8. So if I want P of x greater than or equal to 6 means I have to add all this. That means it is becoming what? 700 plus 40 plus 1 divided by 6 to the power of 8, because denominator is same. So this will become equal to what? This will become equal to 741 by 6 to the power of 8. 741 by 6 to the power of 8. So the answer to this question is 741 by 6 to the power of 8, that is option 2. That is option 2 is the right answer to this question, friends. Okay, I hope you have understood. So we have solved questions from, what is that? We have solved questions from probability also, and also random variables, and also binomial distribution, mean, variance, standard deviation, all these things we have learned. Okay, I hope it is clear. I will wind up the class now. Let's meet in the tomorrow's session, that is the questionnaire session. I will wind up now. Take care.